Hi guys, today I'm going to talk to you about which platform should you be at if you're trying to start an e-commerce business today in Singapore. Currently, as you guys know, there's Carousell, Lazada, Shopee, and on Qoo10. There's also a few smaller players, which is the Zilingo and One Outlet. But today I'm going to just talk to you about the four main players in Singapore. My general advice is to be on all platforms. Currently, I'm selling on Qoo10 as a power seller and on Shopee as a Shopee Mall seller. So we'll start with Carousell first. When I just started my e-commerce business, we are on Carousell. Carousell, definitely you are able to get more of the first few sales of your business. So definitely be here when you just start up. Carousell, I think we're able to get the first few sales from here is because I believe that there's a lesser commitment because you don't have to come up with the money first, but you have to check with the seller before making a decision. However, if you like to scale big in the future, I don't think that Carousell is a long way to go. Reason being, Carousell does not have the options for buyer to make the purchase directly. To make a transaction every time, it has to go through the same chatting process. And I realized that this chatting element, buyer tend to delay the transferring of payment, and buyer prefers to meet up and self-collect, which I think a lot of people will know that sometimes they just don't turn up. So it can be quite time consuming to deal with a customer one by one. But don't get me wrong, I mean, communicating with customer is always good. But then, it can be quite time consuming. So after selling online for a few, I think it was 1 year later that Lazada approached us to sell on their platform. When we just started, we didn't get much sales from Lazada. Reason being is, I think is because we are selling fashion items. I believe that Lazada is more suitable for tech stuff and electronic stuff. The demographics of Lazada is mainly the male in their early 20s to 30 to 40s. So Lazada has this, it's more of the Amazon type of listing with white backgrounds. When they just started, it does not have any features that allows people to chat, but they have the options to directly purchase from the seller. It was then when we tried it and we find okay, not bad, but then we did not get much sales from it. So we also tried Qoo10. Qoo10 actually, to us, it has the most sales. Qoo10, honestly, the system can be quite complicating, but if you can, because it's almost a direct translation of their Korean, the Gmarket version. But if you are able to learn it, to me, we feel that it is the best platform in the market as of now. It really has a very huge audience base which we can tap on. This could be probably due to it's one of the longest lasting e-commerce platform in Singapore. Currently, we are almost 80% of our sales come from Qoo10. Their demographics of their users are usually females from 18 to 35, and we are selling fashion items here, so it works quite well on Qoo10. I really think that Qoo10 is quite complacent. Even with Lazada and Shopee upping their game, Qoo10 doesn't seem to be like improving on their interfaces, which can be a really tough nut to crack. So after that, the introduction of Shopee came. Shopee at that point of time wasn't very popular. But we just thought, why not we just try on Shopee? We thought that Shopee was a good mix between Qoo10 and Carousell. Carousell has the chatting feature but does not have the options to buy directly, whereas Qoo10 has the option to buy directly but does not have much of a chatting feature. So in between both of this platform is Shopee. At the beginning when we tried, not much people buy because basically the platform wasn't that famous. When it started to take off, when they're doing their marketing and ramping up their services, we actually have quite good customer support from the team. They support us in every way that they can. They also have this free boosting of their listing, like you can boost it every 3-4 hours to be top of the listing of your own category. At that point of time, it was really one of the very, very good platform to be selling on. But of course, when they're trying to start their platform new, it was also quite easy to list, and it also comes with different seller grades, such as preferred seller and Shopee Mall seller. So if you are doing well, you get recognized. It is the same as Qoo10. Qoo10 has the normal seller, which is 12% commission, good seller, which is 10% commission, and also power seller, which has the 9%. So currently we are focusing our marketing efforts on mainly Qoo10 and Shopee. Recently, we start to look into Facebook Marketplace, which surprisingly is actually quite good. But the thing is, for Facebook Marketplace, firstly, Facebook has super big audiences. So definitely, if you were to go in the largest network, definitely you are able to get a lot of sales. We have item that we try posted. We have 100 enquiries in a day. But the thing about Facebook Marketplace is that, firstly, there's a lot of people that just ask for the sake of asking this, which is usually worse than Carousell. But the engagement rate is very high. And one thing is that for Facebook Marketplace, there's quite a lot of foreigners or people that are on work permit in Singapore on Facebook trying to buy your stuff. So these are people that does not have bank accounts that they can transfer to you. So it can be quite a trouble. It's also quite time consuming on Facebook Marketplace. So to just wrap it up, when you're just starting, trying to save costs without any fixed fees, I think the place you should be at is Carousell and on Facebook Marketplace. Because when you're just starting, you really need that exposure. You have the time to speak to this customer, get them to buy your products, to try to boost your confidence that actually your product is in demand. Then slowly be on Shopee as well, Shopee and Qoo10. So depending if you are selling electronics or not, you can also be on Lazada. I mean, there's also no harm to be on Lazada if you're not selling electronic stuff. But I think the main problem is that if you have to sell on different platforms, it's quite difficult to manage all the platforms. Usually made of inventory issues, whereby you're only left with one item. What if it gets sourced out in Shopee and Lazada? But recently there's a lot of multi-channel e-commerce merging platforms that merge all the platforms into one software that you can use. So definitely look into all this stuff. So good luck to whatever they are selling. But I believe that the ultimate platform will be the fight between Lazada and Shopee. Hopefully this podcast will be able to help you. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. I can help if I can.